So New York City, all right, this is supposed to be, I think it's apparently the richest city in the world. New survey just came out, it's supposed to be the most wealthy city in the world, but it is turning into a nightmare, all right? It makes people not even want to go there. This is discouraging people. People are going to want to move away once this spreads, once people realize what's really going on. All right, and this is happening in cities all over the country. This isn't just New York City. This is happening in Chicago, Illinois. All right, I think there's a few cities in California doing the same exact thing as this too. And this is just gonna make everyone's life harder, everyone's job harder. This doesn't even make sense, all right? So if you didn't see what happened in New York City at a McDonald's, all right? So you can't even just go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger, whatever, get some fries, get a Big Mac, whatever. You can't even do that anymore without being on guard, being protected, being vigilant, all right? Having situational awareness of who's around you, because this story is insane. So this guy in New York City in a McDonald's, he whipped out a hatchet, essentially a mini hatchet, and started flailing it around, jumped on the counter, was breaking tables, breaking chairs. He was threatening people with this hatchet, all right? Insane, out of control behavior. Just like what's going on, buddy? Are you okay? You know what I mean? This is not normal behavior. This should not be happening, all right? But this guy got arrested, all right? He was swinging this axe around in people's face, threatening people, broke a bunch of tables, jumped up on the counter at McDonald's, broke chairs. He was arrested and instantly released with no cash bail or anything. So he didn't have to pay a dime, and he got out right away. Like, what is this? What planet are we living on? Did they give him his mini hatchet back too? Like, what planet are we living on that this person gets to go back out into society after they just pulled out a weapon? What if it was a different kind of weapon, okay? That New York does not like. New York is very not fond of. What if it was one of those? All right? What would happen then? Would it be the same outcome? Like, this is just dystopian and insane. And who's running this place? Who's coming up with these ideas? It just doesn't even make sense. And this is also happening in Chicago. All right? We all know, I'm constantly reading stories of there's tragic incidents in Chicago constantly. It's like this weekend, you know, there was 10 people, 20 people, whatever, of 8-year-old, whatever. I read a story a couple months ago. Some family was like reading their Bible at night before bed to their children, and somebody was in the crossfire, okay? They weren't doing anything, and this is in Chicago, and this is just nuts, all right? And they've also implemented this cashless bail system. So this comes also as, I just remember this, West Virginia. They declared a state of emergency a couple months ago to bring in the National Guard because they don't have enough police officers in the jail to man the jails. All right? So there's just like no correctional officers to watch the inmates. So they have to bring in the National Guard to watch them to make sure that there's nothing happening. This is insane, all right? Is the National Guard just going to do everything soon? That's what it seems like. And I'm not hating on them or picking on them. I'm just saying, like, what's happening to our services, to our country, to our society, all right? What's happening to the fabrics of it? It's being torn apart from the inside, all right? Why are people passing these dystopian laws? Doesn't Chicago have some of the strictest laws on things like this, all right? Don't they have some of the strictest laws in the nation? And Why is their crime level so high? Somebody explain. But if you don't know, the nickname for Chicago is literally Chirac. Chirac. That's what like the rappers and the gangsters or whatever in Chicago, whatever, people like that, they literally call it Chirac, all right? Because it's like a pun on Iraq, if you didn't get it. Because it's so bad there. And I'm pretty sure the crime rates and all the rates are higher there. Higher in Chicago than in Iraq. So, pretty sure, at least it was a few years ago. So just a little fun fact for you. They call it Chirac. It's just insane. This is like the culture there. And people know this. People know they can commit heinous crimes on the city block right there. And a lot of times you will not get repercussions from the police. And the sad thing is, especially with Chicago, I've noticed that, because I've looked into it a little bit, that the police, I don't know if this is true, I'm not accusing anyone, but this is the theory that a lot of people have, is that the police are so overwhelmed, there's so much going on, that they're really not worried if some guy in this hood takes out this guy in this hood, all right? They're kind of thinking like, maybe that's our, like, hey, this other guy, at least this guy's not on the street now, all right? And they might think like, well, this guy did this, somebody will probably just get him soon, all right? And I hate to say that, that's in America. That's in a major city in America, a top 10 city, probably economically and population-wise in America. It's probably a top 10 city. It's definitely top 15. Chicago's massive, so many people, and this is what's happening there, all right? It's kind of like an untold little thing that's going on there that I've seen a lot of people mention, all right? That's the theory. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm not saying they are doing that, but that's what people think is, hey, maybe they kind of leave them alone so they can just settle it themselves, all right? Let them just figure it out on their own. So I don't want our country turning into that. I don't want things to become dystopian and degenerate and just, you know what I mean, slip. Like we were given a great gift with this country. It is so abundant in resources, and our economy is so blessed, our military, like we're just so blessed. We are given such an incredible gift, and it feels like we're just throwing it away. It's like we're given a golden mansion, and you know what I mean, we're just like trashing it. It's kind of like trashing it. We're just like the brat children. Not saying we are, but like what's going on right now, that's what it feels like. It's just like trashing it, all right? Just trashing the mansion, the nice house on the hill, the golden house, the golden goose. We're just, we're not feeding it. We're not giving it water. We're not taking care of it. We're not giving it what it needs. And make sure you get a guard goose, all right? Just remind me. I don't have a guard goose, but I've seen people with guard goose, and they seem really funny. I don't know if they actually help or not. But because they honk, they're very alert. They look up in the sky a lot, and they make this very loud honking noise. And if you don't know, geese and ducks are very aggressive, especially the males. They're very aggressive, very territorial. I used to have ducks, and they would attack me. I used to have a male duck and a bunch of females, and the male would attack me constantly, all right? Come bite my pants. He already got in a scuffle with my dogs, and, yeah. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. And his name was Duck Berry, all right, in honor of the great Chuck Berry. All right, just a little fun fact for you guys. So get yourself some animals, get some chickens, get some all that stuff. I know I'm rambling here at the end, but it reminded me. And thank you guys. You have a big old blessed day.